I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Canada. We have an incredible and diverse field of 28 teams, including Canadian teams from Alberta, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Ontario, Northern Ontario, Newfoundland and Labrador, and Prince Edward Island, as well as international teams from USA, Korea, Japan, Czechia, Norway, Switzerland, and Italy, playing for a purse of $160,000 and world ranking part of the World Curling Tour. We welcome viewers around the world to our streaming broadcast, and we hope you enjoy every single game that we are providing on YouTube via Curling Stadium. It promises to be an exciting event with many of the best teams in the world, as well as representation of teams trying to break through and establish themselves on the world stage. Sheet D is our feature sheet, and today's matchup includes Team Howard from Ontario and Team Maeda from Japan, as this is draw 2. I'm Al Herndon. I'm joined by Juha Rivera, and we will be the announcing team for this draw. A reminder, there is a chat space available for all those tuning in. Please feel free to access that space and interact with others that are watching the games today. Other games are available, and feel free to surf the different sheets of ice to find your favorite team or matchup. So welcome to Ste.Marie, everyone. Sit back and enjoy as we prepare to get this game underway, which it already is. Juha, how did it start here?
Yeah, Team Maeda put one in the rings. I think they were trying to get it a little bit short, and then Team Howard threw up the corner. So a green one at the top 8 foot, and corner guard looks like it's about 5-6 feet out in front. So the game is on.
Team Howard with the hammer in the first end.
Yeah, they won the draw to the button. All the games are draw to the button in the first part of the spiel to determine last rock. That changes in the playoffs.
So dismiss the guard, but he put it on the center line, so it can't be removed.
We are playing the 5-rock rule, the no tick, in this competition, and the competition is timed. Both teams get 33 minutes to play the game, and with 2 1.5-minute timeouts. Playing the hit.
Intern hit was tried, didn't get the roll.
I was going to asking for board weight. Makes it easy for us when we're commentating. When he touches the boards, we know what kind of weight he wants.
So we have 3 teams from Japan this week. It's great to have that international flavor. These teams are rising in the world rankings, and had a chance to talk a little bit with Bob Ursel in the locker room before the game, and mentioned there's going to be a sports team coming over. Said the sport's growing great in Japan.
Oh, just a hit and stick there. Didn't quite get the roll he wanted. Scott's asking for, I would imagine that's again, tapped his wrist. I imagine that's their board weight as well. And trying for an intern hit and roll behind cover.
Jason Cam is the second, playing the intern hit here. just a reminder for everybody out there, especially the local people, that there are still tickets at the door. Our single draw tickets are available, so feel free to come down. There's another great crowd out here this afternoon.
And the hit and roll is accomplished. The Rock's in the top 12. Just slightly not fully in the rings. And looks like we're playing a drill back here.
It looks close. There you go. Great shot. I think. Might hang around. It does. So Scott's calling for to use the corner guard, and Kelly too, setting up a two-ender here early. Out turn draw. That's starting to go. And not there. So over curled. I think the weight was close, but maybe a touch light. So Ste.Marie will go after the open one. It looks like in turn hit. Sweeping to keep it straight, but rolls off. So that leaves the opportunity to get around that corner again for the Howard team. A little bit more ice this time. Matt Cam throwing third and it looks like he definitely got out to the broom there. Definitely more room this time, but it is going.
It has been curling out to the wings very, very nicely this year, so.
Could be late finish here. Yep. There it goes.
Yep, fully buried. And Murray is asking for to lean on that.
So that
corner freeze on it.
Definitely less ice than what Scott throws
back.
Lots of rotation though.
Yeah, definitely
a little bit back.
Pop outwards. Yeah.
I guess he knows his player, right?
Yeah, I would hope so. Working it hard. Trying to keep it away from that guard.
They are full blown on it.
I think it's not going to be shot. That's very close.
That's close.
Scott thinks the green one tapped it. That was great sweeping to get it there. Back line weight here he's asked for.
So Matt trying to touch this sideways with a little roll. Must be close. So go on off. Going hard now.
Yeah. That went by with some room.
Playing two.
Looks like Wade is calling for a double here.
I think they were looking to hit that a little thinner to try to get behind the guard there. So
Okay, we may be back. Let's try this out right now. Looks like we've rebooted some things here.
Still playing the first end with Andrew Symonds' first shot.
And we are good. We're here.
Hey!
Hey!
And you can tell by the house, not a lot has been missed if you didn't have the picture and the audio.
So, a very pleasant. There we. There we go. A very pleasant, good day, and welcome and thanks for bearing with us through those technical difficulties here. Dave Schmel with Terry Corbin, now with you in earnest.
Welcome, everybody.
This is the beauty of live television, folks. This is how the sausage is made. Okay. Now I've humbly apologized in both the chat and
Yes, this is Symonds' last shot of the end, and Shuster has the hammer, as you mentioned.
trying to hit this and hang around, but Schuster will have an easy blank attempt upcoming. Matt Hamilton holding the broom.
Yeah, maybe Chris isn't here. Chris Plies. Sorry, yes.
Now, yeah, so it's
he's got a
John
nose. Oh no, he's going to roll out. Yeah,
he's good. So it's so it's Landsteiner, and no Chris Plies this weekend.
Aha!
So there's your fifth, and there's your blank end. We're gonna make sure we're all straightened out. I'll see you in just a couple minutes. We'll be right back from Ste.Marie.
You make moments like these possible.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
And we're back here in Sault Ste. Marie. It's a Henderson Medal Fall Classic presented by Kioti Tractors of Ontario. Dave Schmel joined by Terry Corbin, Rory McCusker on the ones and twos back at our studios. And we have a blank end of the first end. It is John Shuster retaining the hammer. They're throwing the green rocks here in the second end. So we see a center guard up and now a corner guard. Would you expect a little bit more aggressive play here, Terry?
Yes, I think so. I like this call. You've got the hammer. Time to give it a whirl.
This one hanging out there. Not going to get underneath. Opportunity for Shuster to come underneath himself now.
But he looks like he's choosing to kind of roll out towards the 12-foot.
John Landsteiner. Colin Huffman doing his usual absolute beastly job of sweeping.
There was a lot of late finish by the looks of things this morning. I was really impressed with a lot of the weight calls. The soft, kind of backboard hack weight shots that were made in the game I was watching.
Are you going to keep it a secret what game you were watching, Terry?
I was watching two of them. I was watching the Rumsfeld and Champ game, and I was watching the Cooey. Oh my God, who did he play? McEwen from North that way, North Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, North. I have no idea where they're from, but I think they're from North Bay, but they might be from Sudbury, so I'll just shut up.
Ding, 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 ding. You had a winner on the last one. It is Sudbury, Northern Ontario is what we were looking for.
Oh, dear.
You're just taking that approach. If you keep saying words, eventually
That's
they may
right.
be correct.
That's right. That's right.
Colin makes his hit. It sticks right there.
Yeah, I know Dustin who played. He was playing third, but skipping the game I think today, which would have been a lineup change for them. But played them many a times in the past.
So now we have Stephen Trickett. They get the hit, leads the edge on edge.
I really like these hack waiters. It just to me involves the whole team, not only the throwers, looking to throw the right weight, but the sweepers got to communicate back down to the skip whether they think it's the right weight, and then it's a lot about sweeping. So I really like these kind of shots, especially with the ice that curls.
No, absolutely. They are team shots. And before somebody in the chat mentions it, I think your clock is about 2 minutes fast.
Which one? Oh dear, that is so true. It's actually on my clock. It's slow, but it's I don't even know what you call it. It's preset, so You tell it what time it is, but when the batteries go low, the hands don't kind of move as quick.
Well, that tends to happen with age.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, I can attest to that.
There's a hit and a roll out. So, empty house right now. Still have the long guard and the corner guard you can come under here.
Mm-hmm.
Which do you prefer?
I like coming around the corner.
Good news. John Shuster likes that too.
Well, I did play John prior to him winning the Olympic gold medal and gave him a lesson. So,
well, you taught him everything he knows.
They're a great bunch.
Oh, that's no doubt there. I had the opportunity to interact with them all in my travels.
Yes.
Played in the same bonspiel as Colin Huffman a few times. And when you're playing with Colin, you realize that you aren't as effective sweeper as you thought you were.
Yeah, I don't even know what sweeping is. My team doesn't even allow me to sweep behind the tee line, so.
Sounds like you got it figured out, buddy.
Actually, I do. They think I'm really upset about being referred to as a poor sweeper. Nope, not at all.
So this one is pretty well buried here. So it's going to be a delicate little shot here for Trent Skanes. Got to get around the outside here. And it's going to be just a little bit outside. It's going to push that Schuster rock back.
Yeah.
Not going to clear. So here's that opportunity and that little crack in the armor. Put another one under.
Oh, yeah. Get him to chase again and might be in for a big score.
Are you surprised they went for it, trying to chase it like that as opposed to running something at it?
Not really. I think I would have been tempted to probably do the same thing that early in the game, but this has been duplicated only even better. So yeah, we've got a potential big score in the process. I mean, you could get a hit and roll off of that green one, and probably be shot by the looks of it. But yeah, I'd rather be Schuster right now.
So tough spot early for Andrew Symonds from St. John's. His first delivery, the second, is on the way.
Not that we can hear it, but we can certainly see it, the communication being delivered from the sweepers down to the skip, which is always a really good thing. I coach or have coached many junior teams, and that's the one thing that I think, really needs to be worked on constantly. I think some at the young ages, they're afraid to make a mistake, call it the wrong thing, but the wrong thing's probably better than nothing at all.
Terry, I couldn't agree with you more, especially when we have newer curlers coming in. Everybody's so afraid to be wrong, but the more
Yeah.
you're wrong, the more you're wrong, the faster you're going to end up being right.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is experience. Looks like a really good nose hit.
Very good shot there for Shuster.
I didn't see. I mean, he may have wanted to get a little roll to the outside, but I think he's got to be happy to be sitting two with just 2 rocks left in the end.
So if you're Symonds here, your only hope to avoid a deuce here is to get the perfect roll and just hope for a rollout, I would assume.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I do a lot of teaching, and just in terms of Mr. Shuster there, I get a lot of questions like, how come he doesn't hold the rock at 2 and 10? And it leads to some really good conversations. But a lot of times people don't understand that they're playing on pretty good ice. I would say, 85% of the time, where there's that, good curl, and a lot of them in out it. Nicholas Dean was probably the first that I really recall doing it on a regular basis. But if you just watch John, he's coming out here and the rock is straight up and down, and I mean he does it with both turns, so you'll notice it right here.
So there's John Shuster. Final stone. And number 2. Needs a nose hit for the deuce.
Looking pretty good.
The hands go up. The deuce goes on the board. It's a 2-0 in the lead. After 2 from Sault Ste.Marie. We'll be back in just a moment.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
So we're back here in Sault Ste. Marie. It's a Henderson Medal Fall Classic presented by Kioti Tractors of Ontario. And it's 2-0 in favor of John Shuster right now. It's a hammer with the Yellowstones for Andrew Symonds. And before we went away to break, you were talking about John Shuster's delivery and how he comes out with a straight handle. Why don't you elaborate on that some, Terry?
Well, I mean, what we teach is, when you're in the hack, getting the rock handle at the 2 o'clock if you're throwing an out turn and you're right-handed, or the 10 o'clock position if you're right-handed and throwing the in turn. John his handle is straight, and I think this is just my opinion. I think they started doing that a lot because the ice was so swingy, and you want to eliminate some of the swing. So they in out a lot of it. Nicholas Adin's another one that really does that. You know, when I've tried it several times, it certainly is not good on straight ice because when you in out it just stays straight or longer. But I can never get like when I throw it, I can never get the a really positive rotation. In fact, a lot of times, by the time that my rock gets stopped, there's no handle on it. But these guys are throwing a lot of rocks, and I mean a lot of rocks, practicing. So, if I had the time to, put into throwing that they do, I might get a little better at it. But I'm really impressed with the rotation that they get on it, and like I say, they're not guys that just come out and throwing a rock, in a bonspiel. These guys have thrown many rocks. And then, conversely, you look at the Rachel Holman team, and they throw such, positive rotations, and they take less ice. But I mean, again, that's another way to, not eliminate curl, but, keep it out there a little bit longer.
We see the come around attempt there by Colin Huffman, kiss off the top guard. Landsteiner's second delivery actually hogged.
Yeah.
So Symonds has a little bit to work with here. Stephen Trickett with his rock on the way.
This is gonna be a really good shot, I think. Get that over there where you can take the play out of the middle.
So now I'm going to ask Colin to make the long roll. Take that on.
This is really curling. This is going to be good.
Hold it. They clip it and they roll all the way across, and that is overburied. Great shot by Colin and well managed. So what do you do now?
Yeah, it's this kind of surprises me a little, having the hammer that you're going to go around. You're not playing with much room here, and you're cutting off the rings as well.
This is not light.
And it's going to be... Oh, it did stop for first shot rock. I think this plays into Schuster's hands, though, without the hammer. That's why I'm a little surprised that they didn't, think about playing an alternate shot there.
That does leave Matt Hamilton a big pocket to draw into here. Might as well put Rawlings on it. It's a big old catcher's mitt.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think the kids are using Mizuno gloves now.
Good one. This looks light, doesn't it? Yeah, this is... Oh, wow. Look at them drag that.
There's a big scrub.
Wow, yeah.
Took it a long way.
Yeah, Matt's thanking the boys there, man.
I told you I wasn't kidding when I said Colin can drag a rock.
Jeez, I'll say.
That looked like a goner.
Yeah, I mean, I might have, clicked a little bit too early, or too late, I should say. But I got 16 hog to hog on that.
So now you have Symonds having to open things up.
Oh,
does run back and manages to clear one there. That's interesting outcome.
That was a bonus, I think.
Oh yeah.
Moving that other green rock. Wow, that changes things a little bit. I mean, Shuster, I still think is in kind of control of the house right now still, but that certainly benefited Mr. Symonds and his team from Newfoundland.
You promised to be nice to the Newfies.
I know. Well, you know what, and the Americans. I expected this to be real close based on Hamilton's first one, but again, a little bit of a break here for Symonds. That rock didn't curl or finish, and the difference between having to sweep it all the way versus maybe wait for the curl leaves that thing fairly wide open. And I'm just trying to see whether you can hit that 3/4 and actually clip the other green, the shot rock.
I think he can. I think he can make this shot and lie 3 in the rings. So big opportunity, and the end is really possibility had to flip on its head right here.
Yeah, you just don't want to be wide here. Because
so here's the stone from Trent, and just skinny's past.
Perfect.
Absolute perfection.
Yeah.
So now John Shuster has to be concerned here for sure.
That was such a huge shot. Not the one that just thrown, but the one prior to that where they clipped that other green stone. It's changed the whole end around. John has to make a really good shot here, or he could be looking at giving that deuce and maybe more right back.
It looks like he's settled on the double here. To try to make sure he's not staring at a huge number.
I think he'd be more than happy to get the roll versus the double, but yeah, exactly. This is a big shot. He's playing it rather quiet too. I mean, it's not a normal hit, so they are playing roll all day, and they're trying to carve it now.
Colin Huffman trying to work it over. Going to get the hit, tap it back. You eject the one. Don't get all the way under, though. But the angles are still pretty good for you. But Symonds can definitely access it and stay in the rings, I would think.
For sure. I mean, if they play the same weight as John just threw, half a rock, you probably stick in the rings. I don't know how lively these stones are, but I think, yeah, half rock with just hack to board weight will be fine.
Andrew Symonds with his first of 2, and then number 3.
They're really working this one to carve it as well.
Keith's trying to work it over there.
He's going to roll.
They're going to clip it, but he's going to get the rollout. So a little bit of a break there for Shuster.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be able to see his way out of this, giving up no more than 2 with a decent shot here.
Yeah, he would. I mean, even if it stayed, I mean, he would probably be playing this shot regardless. But yeah, that you got to feel a little bit better about things now.
If you get a good enough roll, you might have the force.
Exactly. Really trying to carve that. This got out there.
It got out there, and Huffman got it there. It's going to be shot stone, so
Andrew's going to have to make a play on it. But really good
Andrew
bounce
Symonds
back.
Oh, a heck of a bounce back for sure. Now Andrew Symonds going to have a shot here, nose hit to score his deuce and even up the score here in the early going.
Andrew's been around. He's been to the Briar a couple of times as a skip, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, he played in the Briar last year.
He was the Newfoundland and Labrador skip in 2024.
Yeah,
and here's the final stone on the way.
Looks good.
Just needs a nose hit, no problem. So put that deuce up on the board, and after 3 ends of play, we're tied up at 2. We'll be back here on Curling Stadium right after this.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes. I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in this.
And we're back here in Sault Ste. Marie. It's the Henderson Medal Fall Classic, brought to you by Kioti Tractors of Ontario. We have 28 teams here competing for a purse of more than $100,000. So let's get an update on our other games in action right now. Terry?
All right. So here in Draw 2, we have Sam Moybrook from Whitby, Ontario. They're up 1-0 against Lucas Klima. Morizumi is up 2-0 on a team, and I'll butcher this last name, I'm sure. Jong from Korea. Reed Crothers.
You got it, buddy.
Oh, wow. Good guess. Reed Crothers scored a big 4 on Charlie Robert from Sault Ste.Marie, and they're up 4-0 after 1. Scott Howard, he leads Team Maeda from Japan, 1-0. Maeda's got the hammer playing 4. We've got a tie game between Nathan Young of St. John's and Marco Hosley from Switzerland. And, of course, in our game, as we know, it's 2-2 between Shuster and Symonds.
So that gets you all caught up, and you can watch every sheet of all of these draws all weekend long. You can go on a curling zone and have these convenient little direct YouTube links that will put you right on there. You can also check out our channel. We have action from end to end, sheet to sheet, every single draw. So Schuster has a hammer here in the 4th end, and fortunate to only give up 2 there, I think, buddy.
I think so, man. That was, I still go back to that shot. I think it was the thirds, either first or second, where he got a bonus there, clipping that green rock out the side, and to really change the whole end around. So this is Hoffman's first shot, I believe, is it not? They're really trying to carve this.
Huffman makes a hit and clears everything out of the way. So empty house behind their own guard. Coming to the top 4 will be the Symonds rink and Stephen Trickett.
I think Stevens curled quite a bit over the years with Andrew. Andrew's no spring chicken either. I think he's 50 years old. Not to let that cat out of the bag, but he's been to a couple priors, so he knows what's going on.
There's no keeping secrets anymore with Wikipedia.
That's right.
John Schuster, 41 years of age. He'll be turning 42 in just a couple weeks. So early happy birthday to Johnny. Schuster has played in 5 straight Olympics for the USA. Here comes a run back attempt. Just going to get the top one.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Not exactly. Yeah, he's not happy with himself there.
Yeah. We've had a lot of debate with, speaking of the Olympics here in Canada, about how we go about selecting our teams. And some people feel it's, way too close to the actual Olympics. And there's some people wanting the process to be revamped. It's pretty hard to, here in Canada anyway. I don't know about other countries, but just getting to the field is tough for the Olympics, the Olympic trials. And not all, some teams are appointed and whatnot, but the high of, representing your country in anything, let alone an Olympic, it's hard to, replicate that and get ready, 2 months later.
So, Terry, I have now appointed you the king of all things Canadian curling.
Oh, dear. Those are way too big shoes to fill.
Well, what would be your decree, my liege?
I have no idea. I mean, I would like to see the team that represents Canada. I'd like to see them, know a year in advance and plan a schedule out, and play as much as they need to play early, take their breaks and whatnot without having to worry about planning their schedule out to try and make sure they have enough points to qualify and all that stuff. I mean, because it's a real grind. The curling is tremendous to watch, but I just think we need to have inform our representative well in advance, and I think having the whole season to prepare for a February Olympics, that would be a way better process.
So we had some conversation here as to where they want this stone to end up after they make the hit here.
Ooh, a little speed wobble there.
Well, weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, so we made it.
It's okay. I played last night for the first time this year, and yeah, those were many.
Hit, and they stay in the rings there. Shuster's going to try to come across the face here with Matt Hamilton's stone. Does jam on the one in the back, but it's no biggie. It does roll all the way across the rings.
Pretty good, though, because it really makes you think. Yeah, I mean, he's not just ripping that without thinking about it. A couple of options. Play the out-turn hit. He can play the in-turn draw between the two guards. He'll come around his rock at the just off the center line.
They're going to have a bit of a longer discussion about it. Keith skated down to give his input.
Whether it was asked for or not. Now they've opted for the out-turn. I was going to say hit, but I'm sure they're not going to throw normal weight at it.
Yep. So they're going to throw this one around the outside. Around the outside, and try to skid her in there, probably.
Yeah, because even if they get a little bit of roll behind the green corner guard, I think John plays the draw anyway. So
way out in the wings here for this hit.
They're going to try and make it curl now. He's got nothing.
He's got to get a little piece. Got to get it. Oh, it's going to shove it. Will they clear the house? No, they won't. And that is a backbiter.
Yeah, that was the danger of that shot.
So tough to play those hits out in the weeds, especially with a down weight, because you haven't been out there. You catch a little bit of fresh ice, maybe a little bit of frost. It does odd things to you.
Yeah, that's kind of the hard part, is you never know how much frost is out there. And I mean, just on a totally experience level, I mean, when it's got some frost, I mean, the weight comes off of it pretty good, or maybe not pretty good, but you have to throw it a little bit positive, and sometimes that's where, and this might have been the case here, is he threw it too positive because it ran pretty good. So Shuster just playing to sit 2 here.
You see the fans there along the side.
The Sioux the Sioux really supports their curling. Now, Mr. Symonds, what are you going to do? Are you going to play safe and make sure that you only give up 2, or are you going to...
Very good question. I mean, because they are edge on edge there. It's going to it's going to be tough to hit that and still stay shot without being dangerously close.
Well, yeah. Again, this is kind of that risk reward thing. If you throw too much weight, the vice has got to know that right away, and then maybe he plays to the back one. And if it's light, I mean, you got to go, because you can't afford to just chisel off the guard there.
Looking at it now, could he ever run the yellow onto the green and try to get lucky and catch the other one on the way by? But
for me, they're almost the same, risk reward. But this
that looks like that
pick.
Oh,
yeah.
Dear Lord, that is unfortunate right there. That grabbed something and turned hard. See, Steiner's going to go up there and do some housekeeping. Both teams are going to try to see what's underneath that rock. Careful, Matt. They might see it's your hair.
And maybe that's what he just said. Oops, I'm out of here. That looks like a hair.
So John Shuster, final stone of end number 4, just needs a piece of the rings to get a 3.
And this crooked number really came out of nowhere.
And that's on the rings, and that's a big score of 3. So John Shuster will take a 5-2 lead after 4. We'll be back from Sault Ste. Marie after this.
On behalf of the volunteer board, the support team, and all the families who will be helped by this year's Sandra Schmurler Foundation Telethon, thank you for being a part of this historic moment. $1,126,014, a new record, exceeding our goal, and most importantly, countless families from St. John's to Victoria to Yellowknife and babies in over 100 hospitals in between will be impacted by your generosity. And we couldn't do it without the amazing partnerships we have with Curling Canada, TSN, and Net2Phone Canada. They connect you, our generous supporters, with so many of the Scotties participants and our volunteers on Telethon Day. A special thank you to Jocelyn and Brett for sharing little Luke Gallant's stories, and all of the families across this great country who shared stories of how Sandra's legacy has helped their little ones grow up and become champions. In each of the last 3 years, because of generous supporters like you, the Sandra Schmurler Foundation has been able to give back $1 million to help babies in every province and territory. And this year's telethon will ensure we can continue that incredible momentum. Thank you for helping champions start small.
Thank you, Canada!
Back here in end number 5 of the Henderson Metal Fall Classic, presented by Kioti Tractors of Ontario. It was a big score of 3 by John Shuster there in the 4th end, and it was the result of a very unfortunate pick on Andrew Symonds last. So, Terry, you just took a punch in the gut there. What do you do to park that and try to forget it?
You do exactly that. You park it and forget it. What lies ahead of you is your future, and you're not changing the outcome of that 3. So, if it's my team, or I'm coaching, it's okay, boys. We got the hammer. Let's try and score a deuce and play another end, because that. Really, and he's done that by throwing up the corner guard. It's so hard at times because, you want to think about how unfair it was or how unlucky you were for that last one to pick. But yeah, somebody needs to be a leader and push you through this end. You can be rest assured there'll be lots of rocks in play.
Well, rocks are fun.
Yeah.
This one has to go to not hit that guard. It did.
Yeah, unfortunate again. And again, this is where, you go, oh, maybe it's not our game. It's not our day. So many things can pop into your head. And this is where you really need a leader. To be part of the, conversation that can get the guys focused or stay focused. Because you never went out there with the intent of losing, and you never go out on the ice with the intent of bad things happening to you. But you know what they do, and you're not going to change them. All the wishing and hoping in the world is not going to make a difference.
So Huffman with the hit and the roll under cover there. Another nice shot by Colin. It does look to be just behind the tee line, so it's something that Andrew could use here to start to build something.
Exactly. And, down 3, you don't want to be doing a lot of hitting.
Somebody told me once, the more you're down, the lighter you're throwing.
Yes. We used to have a saying, down by 4, hit no more.
Yeah, I should put that on a sign at our club. I love it.
Well, it's amazing, it's if you just kind of think about it, one's not going to get you back in the game, and so but a lot of people, that's what they do. They continue to hit rocks, and there's, I think, a good example of a team that's pretty experienced, but why you're playing a hit on that, I'm not quite sure.
And Schuster is quite content to just lob another one in there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is where I think you ask yourself, where can I put this rock that makes our situation better? And sometimes, you go, there isn't a place to make this situation better. But I think in this case, this is a really good call. That thing, that green rock is behind the tee line, and that's really a very well placed rock. That has made the situation better for him, I think.
needing to make the situation better for himself in a hurry is Andrew Symonds.
Yes.
So it looks like he's calling a little down weight shot here, trying to squeak past that 2 guard, the halfway guard, and just move the rock in the house back just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure.
They're past the guard.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to move it back and not through. So you're not a fan of that shot, eh?
Well, I mean, as it sits now, I mean, John has to play at it. So, I mean, it works. I would have thought maybe, he might have tried to force John into, running back one of his green rocks. But like I say, this worked. John has to make a play at it, and because he's got 3, so.
So stone on the way for Matt Hamilton.
Colin once again making him work.
It does jam.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got a little something to work with, but you're behind a lot of your opposition's rocks, so you can't feel too super.
Well, exactly. John's got a lot of options to work with, even though yellow is sitting 1.
So where do you like one here?
Oh, I guess. I mean, I'm leery of playing these hits. He absolutely does need to, I think, to get himself back in the game and put a little pressure on John. I my initial thought was playing that draw that I think that Trickett was talking about. More back towards the one in the back 12, but
they do make the hit and they roll over. They do change the angles so it doesn't go straight back now.
I like that now. Love that shot right now. Yeah, I think that was a better outcome than what they were talking about. Forces.
I wonder if those stones are frozen enough that it would drag. Somehow I actually think it might, but
they're definitely close enough to drag.
But John's electing to call the come around here.
Yeah.
This has come around. Now we're going to try to drive it home. Gets up to be second shot. It's pretty good.
Yeah, if we were club curling, I'd say, you know what? That really shrunk the rings. But at this level, I mean, most of the skips drawn the 4-foot is fairly routine, except when it picks up a hair. Not going to let that one go. But you can just see, even not out on the ice and commentating, that sticks in your mind. And these Olympic athletes, I mean, they're trained for the mental part of the games, but still, I mean, when bad things happen, emotions are one thing, thinking's another, and it's hard not to let the emotions run into.
Try and bring this one down and drag it back, and it does drag onto it, and that's
that's unfortunate.
That didn't go the way you wanted it to.
No.
So that leaves Team Shuster line 1 and 2 offset fairly well.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you like just killing a yellow, Terry?
I would be inclined to definitely kill a yellow, and I guess at worst I'd be coming back to that back one, that John just mentioned.
Because if John doesn't throw right now, what does Andrew even have?
He has a practice for his last one. Practice to the pin. They're calling for a nose hit here.
So John Shuster from Duluth, Minnesota.
Perfect.
Huffman escorts it down, and we make the shot, and they lie 3.
Some of your boys dress kind of differently there, Dave. Colin's got a blue shoe and a red shoe.
Oh, Colin always has some good shoes. He's had the kicks forever, man.
Yeah. I haven't noticed lately because I certainly I'm not out as much as I used to be. But Brad Gushu used to have 2 different types of shoes. They were both black in color, but they were 2 different brands. I don't know if he still does. I'm assuming he's got gold line now, but I'm not sure.
I do believe, I'm sure I'll get corrected when I'm wrong, that they all wear custom shoes.
I know Matt Hamilton does, but he'd be the only one I know. John doesn't.
I know Colin wears custom shoes, so you say John doesn't? Okay, fair.
Like John, when you say custom, I'm assuming you mean like they get not a running shoe, but I'll say running shoe for lack of better words, training cross shoe, and put a slider on them. John, yep. I'm pretty sure John wears like curling shoes.
And we've seen, especially among the people who play front end, that the weightlifting shoes have been becoming the most popular shoe to convert.
Is that right, eh? Yeah. Good to know. Or nice to know. Or
you don't even sweep 6 feet, buddy. Come on.
That's right. That's why I don't care. Like
So he makes this hit and tries to roll underneath and can't. So he didn't even get to practice his last.
No, they're gonna have to throw it cold.
And unfortunately, John's going to have a shot to make a really pretty roll here and give him even less to shoot at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be critical of Andrew Symonds because it's what you feel comfortable with, and sometimes it's what your eye sees best. But I do think he had room to even tuck it behind that with the curl, that shot on the top of the forefoot, and I think given he's probably going to have to throw a draw on his last one, it would have been advantageous to consider throwing that draw here.
So the final shot from the American skipper. It hits and sticks right there, so it's going to be a draw to the forefoot for Andrew Symonds. Facing 3. And trailing 3, so definitely falls under must make.
For sure.
Andrew Symonds from St. John's. Need the forefoot, and the boys are on this right out of his hand.
Yeah, he didn't waste.
I'll take a little bit.
He didn't waste any time throwing it either. Must have felt pretty good about it.
And that is going to settle in.
Oh,
and did they overcook it? Did they overcook it?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. They overcooked it, and it's a steal of 2.
And the boys are looking up and saying, that's kind of enough, isn't it?
That's very unfortunate. A steal of 2. And it's now 7-2. After 5, we'll be back in one moment.
Don't forget the brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on up. What do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Back here in the 6th end, and it's Andrew Symonds looking at a big uphill battle, needing to score a bundle here in the 6th, down trailing John Shuster 5-5. And Terry, if you had to set up a 3, how do you do it?
Well, you better not be trying to decide how you do it in the moment. I would think, these guys have already predetermined, whether they're going to throw 2 corner guards, whether they're going to double up on one side by throwing a corner high and low. It's really a personal choice, I think. For the most part, I like the 2 corner guards. So, I mean, that would be my game plan. The odd time, based on your opponent, that's we'd like to throw the double corners versus stacking them, but that is it definitely is a personal choice. But I think those are some of the things that you talk about as a team. Just like, would you rather be one down coming home with the hammer or one up coming home without? I mean, some people, you can use analytics. You can just watch other teams. I mean, it really ends up being a personal preference. I mean, we've had numerous talks about how many times you win versus one up coming home with or without and one down with. Analytics show that you're probably better off coming home one up without versus one down with. And I'm just I love the hammer, so I prefer myself to be one down coming home with the hammer. But those are team discussions that people have to have prior to the season, and then evaluate whether things are working out for you or not. Go ahead,
and buddy, and buddy. The internet delivers, and internet always delivers, and our great viewers always deliver. Scott Krisak telling us that Chris Plies and Colin Huffman actually share shoes, and they each wear one red and one blue.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's hilarious.
That's the beauty of our curling zone community.
Mm-hmm.
We all know something.
Chris isn't left-handed, is he?
I don't know.
Come on, he's a brother.
Yep. You're the analyst. You're supposed to analyze. So we have some peels coming here. Colin keeps it open. It is a cluster of green rocks around that 4 foot.
And then again,
now,
here, I was just gonna say here's where again, it's typically kind of ends up being in your DNA. You either go around the corner guard because that's what you like, or you throw the corner guard back up and make them, run it again.
And we're going to go around, it looks like.
Yep. At this stage, it's about getting rocks in the rings and play. And John's content to, play the open hit.
So he's going to ask his chief yellow removal technician, Matt Hamilton, to do that. No problem there. So you see Symonds gesturing there. Yeah, starting to make some plays on these rocks, and I sense the same apprehension which I have.
Yeah, I think you're better off trying to move these rocks behind the tee line as opposed to removing them.
This stone's going to overcurl on them.
Mm-hmm. And
flip out their own.
I mean, I guess the good news is it's still in the rings. There's a lot of green ones ahead of it.
Yeah, it's sitting sixth, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I
like
don't
it.
know. Yeah, don't know how often I've had to worry about what is sixth shot.
Yeah.
So just rip the corner.
Yeah, I mean that would be my choice, but he can also play the guard on the real tight guard on the shot rock.
See him calling for hack weight.
So they're trying to, I guess, somewhat tip the corner guard and roll into the rings. And again, not many skips would, I think, play this shot, but.
And they do manage to dig out that stone.
Wow, I didn't see that as the call, but I mean, yeah, good call because if you tick the guard and you roll into the pile, then so be it. Then those two stones get exposed. So either way, that's. I mean, I think that was the right shot for sure to play the corner guard or what they ended up playing.
So it does leave Team Shuster sitting in mid full right now.
Mm-hmm. I would prefer here if they would look at that draw to try and corner freeze on that green one that's behind the tee line off the center on the right side as we look at it.
Because I don't see an outcome here where you don't leave separation on your own stone.
Yeah, and so you make the double and you're basically wide open. If you think John's gonna miss wide open hits at this stage of the game, I don't like your chances. But what I do like here is, they're actually, even though the shot is very predictable, we got to remove this. They're talking about where they want to roll, and that's the precision that you really need to play with all the time. Like we want to hit this with normal. We want to roll this, another foot towards the center or 2 feet, whatever. But I really, and this is where I think young curlers or inexperienced curlers can watch a game like this and ask themselves, like, well, you just take it out. Well, yes, you do, but I mean, you need to add some precision into the actual shot.
Very well said, and Huffman gives us a good scrub, and they get that hit, and they roll.
They ended up rolling too far for what they
a
wanted.
little bit. Yeah, a little too far. So now there's a freeze available if Symonds wants it.
Mm-hmm. I think I just would have been a little bit more eager to play this shot on the shot prior. When you're asking John Shuster to miss an open hit, it'd be a long game.
Especially one that was as wide open as a Saskatchewan prairie.
Mm-hmm.
So Andrew Symonds trying to lock one in here.
This is taking off real early again.
Well, this is not in danger of being overcooked, unfortunately.
Yeah, no. You know, you talked about the people that are there watching on the sidelines. I mean, the one thing about the Sioux, they've really, you know, done a nice job of supporting their curlers and their spiels. I mean, and they have a lot to support. You've got, you know, the Brad Jacobs, you got the Horgan brothers, their sister Tracy, who's playing with Holman. You got Team McCarville. You got Team Benoit. That, you know, there's so many. As I say that, there's very few people there. That thank you for, you know, that shot. Oh dear, because they've all moved in behind the glass because it's warmer.
So John Shuster tried to put one on the top four here. It's going to be a little bit deep. And Andrew Symonds going to have to just lay one there to the backing to get a single.
This is where you say, come on, skipper. You got this.
You got this, skipper. And he wastes no time in throwing it.
You got that right. It's trying to curl.
And it's going to come on in and settle in for the single. And it's a single point, and that will do it. So final score of 7-3 in favor of John Shuster. And they will continue on here in Sault Ste. Marie. So, what are your impressions of this game?
Well, I mean, I think, you know, some of it is experience and playing this level of spiel and this quality of spiel by the Shuster rink. I mean, I don't want to say, you know, Andrew's team was outmatched, but I think they were outmatched. And you know, Schuster's team just executed a little bit better and, you know, kept constant pressure on Team Symonds. But, yeah, I think, obviously, from my knowledge of the game and the teams, you know, the better team was the team that won and was expected to win.
Well, our next broadcast is going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be featuring two different games. We have Matt Dunstone against Magnus Ragsfell and Mike McEwen against Mark Keene. Hans Frohenlob will have the call at 4 o'clock right here on Curling Zone, and you can watch every game, every sheet. So it's a win for Shuster here at the Henderson Medal Fall Classic, brought to you by Kioti Trackers of Ontario. For Terry Corbin and Rory McCusker, our producer, I'm Dave Schmel. I thank you for tuning in to Curling Zone.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
I don't remember a time. when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Crafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.